Welcome, Leslie. So happy to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Well, welcome everyone. It is totally my delight to be here with you and that Haley made this available to me to do this with you. We've known each other a long time. And I don't know if you ever remember the song Little Egypt. You'd have to be old. But I got to thinking about it the other day, and I got to thinking about the zone of genius. So let me share the screen, and I want to take you on a little journey. I have a very short amount of time. So, Little Egypt started, I went and bought myself a ticket, and I sat down in the very first row. Now, Little Egypt came a-strutting with nothing but a button and a bow. But it wasn't really about Little Egypt that I was thinking about. It's really you stepping into your new zone of genius. Checking to see if you can see the screen, right? With my first slide. Yes, thank you very much, everyone. So welcome. And what is the new zone of genius? Well, you already have been there. The best part of everything that I teach, which is primarily the culmination, application of universal laws, principles of success, a little quantum physics, a little metaphysics, a sprinkle of fairy dust. I've been in personal development for 25 years. In the last 15 years, working a program with clients where they hit their goal every quarter for 40 consecutive quarters. What I discovered is that most people have haphazard or sporadic results. Sometimes they achieve, sometimes they don't. But that doesn't allow for momentum. It also doesn't build confidence. So the zone of genius, you've been there. When you were a little kid and you saw a bicycle that you wanted, you harangued your parents. You talked about it all the time. Whenever you saw one, you pointed it out. What was top of mind, your definite purpose was to get that bicycle. You didn't care if you aggravated people. So what I've done over the last 15 years is figured out what exactly was it with us as kids that there was no fear to speak of, because what we wanted was more than the fear we experienced. So the zone of genius, when you work with me for a period of time, every goal that you set becomes a new belief. And every new belief has a very high, happy vibration. The old beliefs that we have that are default, that are old and primarily negative, you can't do it, etc. You've heard about limiting beliefs. You can't get rid of them, but you can create new ones. So what I've discovered over the last 10 years is that this is possible, and this is what all my clients have done. Why is that important? Because you create a new neural pathway in your brain. So when you get a brand new idea of something you haven't done before, this new belief beats its way into your conscious mind before the old one, which says this is a bad idea, and which you say, yes, this is a very bad idea. So zone of genius, you've been there as a kid. And as adults, we can live a happy, healthy, and wealthy life as a daily mindset if we learn the things that we never knew. So let me take you on a little journey. Well, you see how Little Egypt actually got to be part of this. So let me take you. So here you are at the start, wherever you are, right? And I love the desert. And as you can see, you're going to begin with the roadmap. Effectively, the roadmap to reach the zone is 12 months. So what we do and what works is a new goal and belief every quarter. So as you can see here, we first assess and evaluate, where are you? So let me ask you a question. You don't have to answer it. I'm going to ask you 2 questions, and I want you to keep this in mind. Because one of my offers today is about a particular assessment that helps me decide, where are you on this? Right? So you start in your basic self, your basic consciousness, where you are. And then as you work with me each week and you're learning the principles of success and universal laws and you're practicing them and you're talking about it with your accountability partner and you're doing bits of reading in Think and Grow Rich, and I'm telling you what to look for. So it's a process that's pretty simple because it's been repeated 40 times over 10 years. So then you move into your zone, your zone of a conscious self. So by the second 90 days, now you've experienced success, you know the process, and you begin to repeat it. And repetition is the first law of learning. Everything I do is designed for you to feel really good every day, because our language, the language of the universe, our partner, is vibration. It's a high vibration, amplitude of vibration, frequency. Mind is an activity in your cells. It's not in your brain. So when you're excited about something and you're achieving, you're dancing around. You're dancing on this path. Now, after doing this once, oh man, you're now in your conscious self. You have all sorts of light bulbs that show up for you. Then we do it again with a brand new goal, which is fun, all sorts of them. And we do an assessment. Is this where you belong? And now you're learning more, and we're repeating, we're reviewing, and repetition is the first law of learning. That's how you got that bicycle. You repeated yourself. That's how beliefs and habits are formed, whether it's on purpose or not. So my work is that I've distinguished exactly what were the steps, and then how do you use them, and how do you learn to move forward? It's very exciting. And then when you get to your third quarter, you're getting, you're now at the zone of higher self and you're flying. You see, you're on that magic carpet, because now you recognize, when Haley brought up, actually the quote is what you want is moving toward you at the same velocity, frequency or amplitude of vibration that you're moving toward it. You did a great job, Haley. I love it. I love it. Your goal is sitting on the couch over there while you're sitting on the couch over here. But it's how you feel. Learning is the miracle ground. You want to be learning with someone like me, who is a master of universal law and principles of success, who has a 95% guarantee every quarter. And now you're flying high. When you get to the zone of genius, the benefit is that when you get an idea, you don't belabor it for an hour, a day, or a week, because time does not tolerate indecision. You won't get it back. So what would it be like if you could immediately take steps toward what you want and overcome your fear? So here's the first question that I want you to consider. On a scale of 10 to 1, 10 being, yep, this is me, this is where I want to go, or 1 being, well, I'm sort of closer to there, or you could be in the middle. Here's the thing. Are you more like this, where you stand in the face of adversity to support someone else? Or are you toward the other end, which is you keep it quiet and let other people do that. Just think about that. Where are you on a scale of 1 to, do you stand up for in the face of adversity? Because when you're in the zone of genius, you're very clear that what other people think of you has no value. What matters is your stand, your heart-centered stand, right? Then the other side is letting someone else take it over. So if this is something you aspire to be, that a person in the zone of genius does this. It's a great leader. It's an agile thinker. You can change your thoughts quickly instead of belaboring. And look, only about 3% of humans can do this. They don't even know about this. Here's another one. Do you practice gratitude daily? Is that something you want to do? Or are you kind of wishy-washy on it? The person who is in the zone of genius realizes that when you extend gratitude, this is what you learn, it raises your vibration. And it's your vibration that attracts the attention of the universe. The universe responds to positive or negative much more quickly to positive. Who wants negative? Unfortunately, we're housed with a whole bunch of negative beliefs. It's just what's so. So you can create new ones. You can't evaporate the old ones, but if you're working with me, you know how to do this. And it's so much fun. Here's one more. When you're challenged with something, do you react to the challenge and maybe feel anxiety or get upset? Or do you respond objectively, pause, right? And so you want to, I think I did that. Yeah. Do you respond to challenges or do you react to them? So if you are responding, if you keep a cool head, then you're closer to the 10. And if you get upset and frazzled, right, you're more toward the other end. The idea here is to be objective and responsive, to have new thought patterns that you can choose rather than relying on the old ones, to have results as you take this trip. And then finally, you reach the zone of genius. You have 4 new neural pathways. You've achieved all kinds of things, big and small. And then you could go on and spend a year being certified in the material. It's different when you're teaching it than when you're understanding it. So I want you to think about those things. And now, because we're getting close to the end, I hope you've enjoyed this. This is you. People who work with me end up in the zone of genius. They have got new neural pathways that they created themselves, a momentum in their business, because they're doing this in spaced repetitive intervals over time, setting and achieving, okay? So I hope that gives you an idea about how you're supposed to have a good time. Now, I have been doing this and setting goals with people since 2008. But it was in 2013 that I turned to helping women, because I realized, as a master of Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich, women didn't know anything about business principles, nor did they know anything about universal law. So all this time, 20,000 hours and 15 years, I've been teaching how to do this thing. So it would be fun to work with you. Now, these are my 3 offers for today, and I want to tell you just a little bit about them. The first one is 1-hour goal-setting strategic consultation with me. I have done hundreds of these, hundreds and hundreds. I can tell exactly what is missing, and we discuss what goal do you want next. So you get an hour with me. Now, you could opt for that, and you should know that any one of these are paid offers. Should you decide to work with me moving forward, it's reduced or deducted off of whatever program. I have a number of them, wherever you come in on the zone. So you get that money back, or it's very well invested. It's recorded on Zoom. The next one is the Zone of Genius assessment and the evaluation. You get the full 50-point assessment with questions like the ones I just asked you, and you plot where you are, and then we get together and determine where are you on the zone. You may be in higher consciousness, right? And then the last one is I've written 7 books, line edited 17, and published about 15 of them. So I'm a master. I am, I guess, of writing books. Many of my clients have written books, many, many, many. And so I've created, from all these years of experience in self-publishing, how to write your book in 40 hours. And I'm also going to give you a 30-minute consultation so that I can answer your questions. But it's everything you need to start your book. So I say, get your phones out, read the QR code. Haley is going to put the link, right, Haley? You have the link for these offers. You'll see that you have 3 choices. You pick a day and time for our meeting, and then you choose which of the 3 offers you like. So go ahead and take your phone, put it up to the QR code. I would love to work with you. I'd love to go on that journey with you. And at the risk of repeating myself, Haley, I have to tell you all, when you walk through a storm, hold your head up high and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of the storm, there's a golden sky and the sweet, simple song of the lark. Thank you very much, everyone. I am complete.
Awesome. Thank you so much.